Okay, we'll welcome the Sardis Lions and Coach B.J. Brooks beginning his second season. Coach, if you'd let the guys introduce themselves or you introduce them, and then some opening comments about this year's Sardis Lions team, we'd appreciate it.
I'm going to let them introduce themselves, so we'll start on the right and go from here.
I'm Joshua Hopper. I'm a tight end and middle linebacker.
I'm Griff Brooks. I'm a wide receiver and DB.
I'm Brian Chapman. I'm quarterback.
I'm Seth Cooper. I'm DN.
All right, so kind of the way we go about doing it is just like last year. I let our seniors pick the guys they want to represent them. I think that's one of the best things, the best award you could have is to be picked by your peers. So that's why every single one of these guys are up here is because their senior class picked them. Josh played some tight end for us a good bit last year. Chapman played a lot, he was our starting quarterback. Seth played outside linebacker. He's about 20 pounds lighter than he is now, so he's been eating and working out. Griff actually didn't play at all last year. So that lets you know how much of a competitor he is and what his peers think of him, that he's coming out here for his senior year and that they would vote him to do that. As far as just how the off seasons went, it's probably been your typical off season. Offensively, we lost 10 of 11 starters. The only starter we have coming back is this quarterback right here. I inherited a pretty good senior class, but I don't know what you heard, but we are still having athletics at Sardis High School. We are still having a football team and a basketball team and all that thing. So these guys, I tell them we're going to have a season no matter what, so you better get ready for it.
Coach, you said one offensive starter. Number of kids in the program, how many seniors total on the team, kids in the program, and how many defensive starters back?
So we had 6 defensive starters back. We should be more of a defensive strength team this year. About 72, roughly, on the roster. So just constantly trying to get better every day, build more depth, and these guys do a good job of being leaders and teaching those young guys and bringing them along.
This is players except for Griff, because you guys were there last year. You guys started out pretty good at 5 or 6-1. Then you kind of hit a rough skid with a couple of region losses that just left you out of the playoff. How much does that motivate you for this year with the hard work in the off season to determine that's not going to happen this year? That's you. Go ahead.
We just it motivates us greatly. Like, we want to go back and we want to beat them this year. Like, we want to do good and go deep.
So here's what's crazy about these guys right here. Honestly, I'll answer y'all's questions, but I want this to be about them. I get to talk to you guys all the time. I mean, I talk to Kevin at church every Sunday, so I get to talk to all you guys. I want them to get the questions directed to them. And these guys right here, they're always talking. And you just put this microphone in front of them, nothing. Nothing at all.
Now, Coach, you know what to do in the locker room if you want to.
Oh, yeah.
Put a microphone.
That's right.
Each one of you guys, let's talk about the atmosphere there at Sardis. You guys have a designated tailgating section there to see your parents, friends, and family right outside your locker room. I know y'all can probably smell that in the locker room. And Coach, spoke about it. We had the opportunity to come up there and watch a couple of games last year, but the whole mindset, atmosphere, everything's changed at Sardis about football. It's become very, very important there, and each one of you guys are a big part of that. Can you guys speak on that, each one of you?
Yeah, we have a great community supporting us, every game, bringing out a lot of fans and ready to watch us, compete.
Yeah, we have a great atmosphere up at Sardis. The fans never got to worry about having a non-packed crowd, and I think it really helps us go out there and compete on Friday knowing that we have people behind our back.
Yeah, just like they said, we got a really supportive community, and this being my first year and me not being on the field, seeing the community, you can just tell how much all the parents and the people in our community care by supporting us through fundraisers and them providing everything that they can for us, locker room-wise and food-wise at our 7-on-7s and everything.
They pretty much said it. I mean, the community's great at Sardis, and they really support us, and it helps us on Fridays.
I talk to Coach pretty regular, as he mentioned. He gets to talk to us all the time. So let's talk about Coach a little bit. He loves you guys. He's poured into you guys. He's got facility upgrades for you, a new look. This helmet looks unbelievable right here. Talk about your coach and what you know about him and what you'd like to tell the community and the world, so to speak, about your head coach and what he means to you personally.
He's a great person. He wants us to be a family. He wants us to be good people more than football players. So he really is like really good with that.
So Coach Brooks just really brings everybody together as one. He's one of the greatest people as father figure-wise you can get, and he doesn't even really focus on wanting you to win games. All he wants to do is to make you be the best man you can possibly be now and throughout your life. And he's always really supportive, and he's brought that spark that Sardis needed to get us going and rolling and everything.
Yeah, he's really bringing something that Sardis has lacked in the past, and that's a good winning culture. And I think playing behind him just motivates me to play better because I know I have a great head coach and great guy.
Yeah, Griff said most of it, but he's really putting some work ethic in us.
Coach, this is a two-part question. Prior to coming to Sardis, you had spent a lot of time at Hoover High School. The first question is, what experience or what things did you learn from Coach Niblett down there at Hoover? And the second question is, since you've had a full year with the football team off season from a strength and conditioning standpoint, are you where you think you need to be? Or I mean, there's always room for improvement, but from a strength standpoint, how do you feel about the team?
Man, working with Coach Niblett it was just a blessing. You could learn something from him every single day, whether that's being a better coach or just being a better person. He's constantly motivating you to be the best you can be at everything, to be the best dad you can be, to be the best person you can be, to be the best coach, just to be the best friend. I've taken countless things from him. Obviously, I said there's some things that we try to take that I learned from him and implement at Sardis, but you can't implement every single thing that Hoover does at Sardis, just like you can't implement that you get something from every single job that's going to work at every single place you go. Second part of the question is, if you can't, we got some guys that like to work out. I joke around with them and say, we can't be little and slow. Like, if we're going to be slow, we at least got to be big. We got to be able to move some guys around. So we work out 6 a.m. in the mornings before school. They'll tell you that can get old quick, but they show up, they work, they bust their tail. Chapman right here has put on 15 pounds probably. What do you weigh right now?
About 205, but I did get up to like 220.
Yeah, so Seth's gained about 20 pounds. This guy right here, I begged him to play football. Begged him. He just kept saying, Coach, I just don't know if it's for me. Don't know it's for me. I get a text from him after one of first football games. Coach, I made a mistake. I should have played. Ever since then, when January's got here, he's been in there working out every day, even though he wasn't necessarily on the football team. Josh Hopper, he is dependable. This morning, I was actually freaking out a little bit. We had an OTA, and I text Josh just because I had moved some guys around the weight room. He wasn't his normal bench, and I told all the coaches, I said, man, I'm super nervous that Hopper is not here. I said, I'm really concerned. I texted him. I said, where are you? And then I came around, and I saw him on the other bench. He had just said behind him. I said, oh, my gosh, man, I was so nervous you weren't here. But so they like to work out. They don't have an option. We bust their tails. So.
You guys, I want to ask you a question. Coach said when you sit down that your senior class chose you to be here out of all the seniors there. Talk about how that makes you feel to be voted by the other players to be here today.
It means a lot. That means that they look up to us and think of us as leaders, and that means a lot.
It's an honor. It's just it just shows that the person I'm trying to be, I'm doing an at least half decent job at it if they chose me to come here and talk for not only just us four and coach, but our whole team.
Yeah, it's a blessing to be chosen by my peers. It really shows that they wanted me to represent, and just feels good.
He's shaking
Yeah, they
his head.
said everything. They're still in all my answers.
These are the two biggest goofballs you will ever meet. I promise.
understand.
If you ever seen the movie Step Brothers, it's these two guys. They do these weird dances together. They're hanging out. See, they're getting red now. It's just on YouTube.
Yeah.
Good.
it
I will
is.
share this with everybody. So you can find all about these two guys. These guys are crazy right here.
Coach, I will ask you this. Obviously, a tough region. 5A region, I guess it's Region 8 this year. But also, you've got Geraldine, who is almost probably should have been a state championship game, lost a tough one at home last year. You opened with them. You've got Alexandria, I believe, is a non-region
Correct.
game this year, along with the Cleveland County. And I know you're going to take them one at a time, but kind of talk about your schedule this year.
Yeah, so we're not scared to compete. And that's the mindset we're trying to bring is we don't care what their jersey says. We don't care who we play. We're there to compete. Sure, those are some good teams. Those are some good programs, but you have to go out there and just get after it. You know, I don't think Sardis has ever beat Alexandria in school history. So looking forward to the challenge. Cleveland County, I know years back they got put in the same region, you know, another really good high school football program. We want to play those good programs. We want to let our kids to see what it's like to go in and play other good high school programs so that they can see that standard of what it's like to be good, and that's what we want to be. So we want to let them see that as much as possible. Geraldine, Michael Davis, another good coach. Like you said, Coach, they probably should have been playing for the state championship. They're rough, they're tough, and that's what we want to be. So if you want to be really good, you got to play some really good opponents to get you some measuring sticks to see where you are, where you want to be.
All right, we'll wrap it up with this question I've asked all the other teams as they've come through the guys. Personal goals and team goals. I know you as a senior, you guys have come together, and I know you've made goals. So talk about team goals and individual goals for the 2024 season.
My personal goal is to be a leader, tell the young ones, you know, in my position. And our team goal is just to go out there and compete and show them what we got.
My personal goal is to go out there and lead the team the best I can, and team goal is to just progress each week and get better each week.
I just want to be one of the good guys that everyone looks up to, all the young guys look up to, that because us seniors, we've experienced all 4 years under our belt that those guys don't see coming, and they don't see the things they're going to have to go through and the things they're going to have to endure. And I just want to be one of the guys to help them prepare for that and leave everything I have left for this last year I get in high school football.
My personal goal and my team goal are kind of the same. Just leave it all on the field. I want to go out there and win and give it the best I got, and I want the team to do the same.
All right, guys, we appreciate you coming today. Good luck to the Sardis Lions this year.
We appreciate y'all. We appreciate y'all having us. Appreciate everything y'all do for high school sports. Y'all make it awesome for all of these guys, and that's what it's all about. So we thank you.